You know those recipes on the back of boxes? Who the heck makes those? I the heck make those. Hello, happy holiday Imani Monday, and welcome to Back of the Box, where I go to the store, pick an aisle using a random number generator, and find a box with a recipe on it. And then I make it. Of course, I've lied once again, because it's our holiday special, which means that I am not using random number generators, and in the case of today, I'm not even using a box. I hinted earlier this month that I was going to be making something off of a mailer magazine, and today is the day. Today, we shall be making, we shall. That's grammatically accurate. We shall. Yes, we shall. Today, we shall be making a cranberry orange cheesecake cake. Yes, you heard the word cake there twice, because there's so much cake in this cake. How much cake, you ask? 3. I've wanted to make this cake for several years. This recipe is actually on the back of a magazine that was sent to me by my real estate agent. Yeah, I know that most of y'all probably don't be reading these when you get them in the whale. I love magazines. I would subscribe to them if they didn't cost money. But unfortunately, Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus are eating all of my subscription money. So, all that to say, thank you, Cassandra, for sending this to me many years ago. And today, we finally realize the cranberry orange cheesecake cake. So we're gonna start by greasing a 9-inch springform cake pan, and then we're gonna wrap the bottom in foil. I will say, I am thrilled for the opportunity to use my springform cake pan. I've actually had this for a while. Anyone who's followed me on Instagram for several years knows that I went through a cake making phase. Everybody had a hobby or two that they picked up during the pandemic. Mine was cake decorating. It all started because I had made a loved one a birthday cake, and they helped me frost it, and it came out looking ugly. And I was like, could I frost this pretty? Like, if I did it by myself? No shade, but all shade. And so I was like, let me just try making a cake on my own. And then before I knew it, I was making hella cakes. Geode cakes, Christmas cakes. Somebody even paid me to make them a cake. My friend got me a custom spatula that had my company name on it, Night Owl Cake Co. The pandemic was a crazy time. Now I don't do it for pay, but I do still make the occasional cake. Like whenever it's Matt's birthday, he gets a real nice cake. All this to say, I've had this pan for a while, and I'm very excited to have an excuse to use it today. We're going to go ahead and beat our cream cheese. Our last holiday recipe with cream cheese was a wild success. So I am cautiously optimistic about this one. There are some light indicators for concern. For example, the cheesecake itself does not have any salt nor any vanilla extract. That might not be a problem. That might be totally fine. It's possible the orange zest gives us all the flavor that we need. All right, that's done. Now we're gonna add our sour cream and sugar. Another area for slight concern is the fact that they're having us use a vanilla cake mix. I'm not inherently against using cake mix. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret as someone who was once a professional baker. A lot of bakers use cake mixes, whether it's their own cake mix or a cake mix that they've purchased. They do, it saves time. They zhuzh it up, they add their own spin to it, but a lot of them use cake mixes. So cake mix is not inherently a bad thing, but they don't give us any instructions on how to zhuzh the cake mix. They just want us to use it as is. So, you know, I don't know. That looks great. Now we're gonna add our eggs. Oh my gosh, that egg really did not want to crack open. My goodness. Felt like he was trying to crack me back. Let's do that one more time. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, now we need to add the zest of 1 orange. This orange smells so unbelievably good. My mom told me that when she was growing up, they always knew it was Christmas because Santa would always put oranges and apples in their stocking, and the whole house would smell like oranges and apples. And luckily, Santa continued that tradition with me and my siblings, but unfortunately, apples and oranges aren't as fragrant nowadays, not when they're just like sitting, you know, you gotta manipulate them to get some scent out of them. So that's unfortunate. And does anybody know why that is? Is that because of GMOs, or does it have to do with how food production has changed? I will say that once I started growing my own food, I realized so many ways in which the food we get from the store is just not in its prime condition. And that's fine, because there are sacrifices that are going to have to be made if you want to effectively collect and transport hundreds of pounds of cucumbers. But I have to say, it was staggering to grow my own limes, grow my own tomatoes, grow my own cucumbers, and see just how different they are from the store-bought ones. Even the organic ones, like they're different. And they're so much better. So if anybody knows how to get a fragrant orange, can it be bought, or am I gonna have to grow it myself? Let a girl know. Okay, I have zested the heck out of this orange. It smells amazing and looks beautiful. So we're going to put this beater back on and give it another stir. Our last step here is to fold in our cranberries. Now, they want us to take our cake pan and put it in a larger cake pan. This is a 9-inch cake pan. I don't know about you. I don't just keep a 12-inch cake pan on hand. So I had to go with a brazier. Now we are going to pour this into our cake pan. And now we're supposed to fill the outside with water until about halfway up the pan. All right, we've got the water halfway up the sides. Now I don't know how I'm going to put this in the oven. It's trying to float. I think I need to just go for it. Do I have enough? Oh my God. Hold on, I need to rearrange the oven. Okay, I'm gonna try and move it to over there. Then I'm gonna open the oven, shove it in, close it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There are bubbles and the cake was sliding around in the water, but we're okay. Oh my God. Ah! I did burn my pinky a little bit, but I'm okay. All right, we will check back in 55 minutes. Okay. Oh no. I don't think so. Until the center is set. I mean, set means set, you know? I don't think, it's kind of jiggling a lot. I don't think it would jiggle if it was set. I think this is right. I think we've got this right. I think so. So we're going to place this on a rack to let it cool. After that, we're gonna cover it with foil and put it in the fridge until tomorrow. Yeah, we've still got a journey ahead of us. So I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's tomorrow. Picking up where we left off, we need to assemble our vanilla cake mix. This is rude. You saw how many ingredients there were at the beginning of this recipe. That ingredient list did not include all the ingredients that go into making this cake mix. Between this box and the cheesecake, this cake has cost me 8 eggs. Do you know how much eggs cost in this economy? At this point, it's like 60 cents an egg. That's like $5 an egg. So if this recipe does not turn out well, I will be writing a letter to American Lifestyle and sending them a bill. Water, half a cup of vegetable oil. I really feel like they are putting me through my paces on this cake. I really do. And 5 egg whites. I mean it. I'm sending a bill. Now we're gonna divide the batter amongst these pans. I'm gonna weigh it out to make sure that it's accurate. Ah, there it is, enough. Both cakes are at 460 grams. I'm gonna pop them in the oven and I will see you in 35 minutes. Hey Siri, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh yes. Oh, they look beautiful. This one's a little bit lighter than the other one. I'm gonna put her back in. While the cakes are cooling, it's time for us to make our frosting. We are going to beat a pound of softened butter until creamy. The butter is something. Soft feels too generous of a word. I have had this butter sitting on the windowsill for 2 days, hoping that the sun would do its job. Unfortunately, the sun did not show up for work today, so this frosting is definitely going to be testing the KitchenAid's limits in terms of capacity. I probably should have done this in the larger KitchenAid, but it's so small and cute, I love it. Let's see if I'll pay for my decision. Oh my God, I'm paying for it! Ah! All of the butter is just in the whisk right now. It's completely contained in the whisk. Oh, that is solid. What I'm hoping is that the thermal heat that's generated from the kinetic energy of the whisk will help further soften this butter. Science is failing. My word! I'm going to take this other cake out the oven and then I'm gonna place this bowl in there and we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, I just let that sit in the open oven. It was brilliant, it worked like a charm. The butter is fluffy. Now I'm going to add our melted white chocolate, our powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I've been working on this cheesecake all the live long day. All right, y'all, it's time for assembly. We're all met. Cheesecake still looks good. Per the instructions, we're gonna go cake, cheesecake, cake. It did not ask that I level anything. It did not ask that I frost in between. Oh boy. There's no advice on how to get this from here to there. There's some water that just came out of the foil from when this had to bake in a bath. The cheesecake, I mean, it's on there. It's like slightly overhanging on one portion. The sponge cake shrank back a little bit as it cooled versus the cheesecake has maintained her ground. Now we're supposed to add a thin layer of frosting. I'm trying to keep it really bare because on the reference image, it looks very bare. It looks like it's basically been naked iced. I'm going to serve it as is, but know that I would clean up these edges. Our last step is to top with sugared cranberries and, if desired, more orange zest. The sugared cranberries are so pretty. It's just giving like snowed on essence of winter, essence of Christmas. She's looking cute. And we are done. She's cute. She is a cute cake. It's got some character, so it's not perfect, right? But it's adorable. It feels very homemade. It feels very made with love and very Christmassy. I'm excited to try it. Husband, it's time. Thank you. You look quite handsome yourself. Oh, you smell good too.
So do you.
Oh, well, you know.
Wow.
Look at
this. Wow.
Isn't it show-stopping?
It really is.
That's why I saved it for last.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. It's
Holy
really,
crap.
really pretty.
Wow.
Hopefully it tastes good. We are having a cranberry orange cheesecake cake.
Okay. Why is cake there twice?
Because there's a layer of vanilla cake, a layer of cranberry orange cheesecake, and another layer of vanilla cake.
Wow. There's a lot going on.
There is.
I'm not gonna lie, my brain said that was cheese at first. And I was like, why is there cheese on the
Cheese on the cake?
Yes. Because we're not used to seeing little shreds of bright orange, you know?
It's got a very pretty cross section. It's, you know, it's delivering what it needs to visually.
Cheers.
That is delightful.
It is.
It's so wonderful.
I love that.
Oh, it's so lovely and light. The cranberries in the cheesecake did bake and soften up. They're not horribly tart. This is wonderful. This is Christmas cake.
This is very good.
I just ate the cheesecake portion alone.
Oh, I guess I should do
It
that.
is delightful. Honestly, if you don't want to go through the process of making the entire cake, I would recommend just making that cheesecake. It is so tasty. And again, it tastes so wintry with its orange and its cranberries. Oh, I'm so happy.
This is really freaking good.
This is great. The individual parts are amazing, and combined they're amazing, which is so fun. You can kind of choose your adventure as you eat it. If you want to eat it in thirds, or if you want to combine it all together, you cannot go wrong.
This is the first time I felt this. I feel bad that they're not having some. I'm
It's
sorry.
unfortunate that you just have to watch. This is my go-to holiday cake.
Love it.
This comes out every Christmas.
This is
comes
a
out-
family tradition that just started right now.
It did. I'm gonna cry. I will go first. I'm rating it a 10. I'm giving it the first 10 on the channel because overall the product, right? Because I'm like, I got notes about this frosting, but we're not eating the frosting, we're eating the whole cake. I think the whole cake is phenomenal. I don't think it needs any adjustments. I think for fun, you could play around more with how the cranberries on top are being treated. In your Mondo bite, where you had 3 raw cranberries at once, that was a bit much.
And I like cranberries. That was too much.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the cake has too many cranberries, if that makes sense. It just means you need to make sure your bites are appropriately portioned. I'm a huge, huge fan. I'd make this entire cake again. I would make just the cheesecake alone again. That's all I have to say. What do you have to say?
My only criticism of this cake is that I want to eat all of it. And I know I shouldn't from a health perspective. That's literally, I can't think of a single other thing I would change about it. So I guess that means it's a 10. I was fighting hard not to give it a 10. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying not to give out 10s.
Well, It's the first one. Matt, it's Christmas. It's a 10. I'm so glad I wore this dress. This is the dress I wear when I'm hosting Christmas. Okay, this is a special occasion dress. I was gonna be so mad if I put it on and the cake was trash.
No, it is incredible.
Worth the 2 days of work. Worth the $5 worth of eggs. Wow. On that note, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you enjoy your holidays. If you have time, you might want to go ahead and crank one of these out, because when I tell you it's a showstopper, it is a showstopper. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. If you didn't like this video, you're a Grinch. I don't know what to tell you. And I will see you after the holidays. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.